Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, where last episode we had a significant breakthrough in China, and we took a lot of territory out over here. Now we've carved them up significantly. We don't have enough troops to hold this line, but neither do they. So awkwardness is ensuing. These guys are cut off from supplies, and so we are looking to get fairly aggressive with them. I want to see this unit here. Okay. So, noted. I want to grab these guys and tell them that they should be doing an offensive line somewhere out over here. Something like that. And they should get going on that. There we go. So we just want to be pressing our advantage out over here because they don't have any supplies in this area. So that's wonderful. Down over here, they do have a little bit of supplies. They are flowing through here right now. And we did cut that off previously. They took this back, but for now, that's okay. This guy is heading down to the sea in a very awkward manner, but that's okay, I guess. We apparently don't have any divisions assigned right here, but for the time being, I think this is reasonably fine. We're just going to continue to push into China. I expect China to capitulate fairly soon. They're 78% of the way there. Now, we can get ourselves a land doctrine. We can go for fire brigades, or we can go for Volkssturm. I think the additional recruitable population is going to be the more useful thing there. But we need to think about, are we going to go down this direction? Probably. I mean, we have to. More recruitable population, and damage to enemy garrisons in our states occupied by the enemy. Okay, that's interesting. Cool. So next up, of course, we have a air doctrine to take, and a naval doctrine. That was a naval doctrine. Hang on, that was not an air doctrine at all. Okay, that's fine. Armor and hard attack, and soft attack and production output cost. We're going to take the armor and hard attack. Thank you very much. Okay, so at this point, we do have IW medium tanks and medium flame tanks in production, and those are not great. No doubt about that. But what I want to take now is, of course, secret weapons. That'll do. And we've got some free military factories here. Now, I think that some of these... Oh, wow, 142 out of 180. We must have captured a bunch from China. Okay, so we're going to toss some 10 into manufacturing trucks. That'll be fine. What else are we in need of right now? Well, we could toss a few additional into, say, infantry equipment. 5 additional into advanced anti-air, which seems fine. We've still got another 18 here. So I'm going to toss one group of 5 into advanced artillery, one group of 5 into support equipment. I don't think we need more interwar medium tanks, although we could toss 5 in there for now. And then as far as our flame tanks go, we have a lot stockpiled there. I don't think we need more on civilian trains either, but we only have 3 here. So I guess we could do something like this. We're going to get more military factories, though. So for the time being, that seems reasonably fine. We're going to continue to tick forward here and get rid of a lot of these Chinese forces that have indeed been pocketed. I want to do something about these guys. Being bypassed on them is not necessarily ideal. And I want to make our way on up over here. We're potentially going to overrun them there. We did overrun them, but they are retreating in what direction? They're retreating up here? Okay, let's head up there. Beautiful. Yeah, we have more military factories getting taken over. That is deeply, deeply unsurprising. So these guys are just heading down over here for now. That's understood. And we are seeing some battling happening over here. Ah, this is going to cut them off again. Okay, so that seems reasonably fine. There's some troops down over here. I want to see what's going on up this way. Yeah, these guys have no supplies, and they're definitely dwindling on their fighting ability. So that's looking good. We are, however, retreating here. We have forces on the way through here, though. So we don't want to let them link this up, for sure. Okay, we've pushed them out here. Beautiful. So that is good. They were attempting to link back up over here and get a supply flow through. We did not want to allow that under any circumstances. So we're just going to continue to take all of this over for now. No problem. China should capitulate quite soon. They're at 79% towards capitulation right now. Okay, I want to grab this victory point. So we'll do that. And these guys have pulled back from their push. That's okay for now. I'm not too concerned about that. However, I want these guys to run directly to the enemy capital. Let's do. That's a weird thing to say. Why would I say let's do? That's not how English works. Okay, cool. Let's do it. There we go. That'll work. So down over here, of course, there's a... These guys have supplies, right? We're going to have a hard time pushing this way, which is why we're pushing up here and taking back all of this territory. So that is looking good. I have no concerns about what's going on over here right now. Even with this pocketed force here, I think that we're completely okay here. Yeah, this is fine. No problem whatsoever there. We're starting to get these guys pushed back in very, very nicely. And these guys are not going to last much longer, that's for sure. They have nowhere to retreat to, so they were stack wiped. Fantastic. Now, there is this breakout over here. It's definitely not ideal. But I'm not too worried about it right now. For the time being, we're making so many more gains down over here that this is absolutely fine. So we're heading in. I want to head into Nanshan. There we go. We're just going to head down over here. We have no supplies here, but it doesn't matter. We can absolutely defeat that cavalry division, and we can link up down over this way. So these guys could think about an attack here, but they're going to want to come and defend their supply line here. Oh, they got attacked over here. Oh, they are attacking. Hang on. I want you to attack here. There you go. We want to keep this supply line. Thank you very much. So we're going to fall back over here. And yes, there are definitely some troops running around over this way. It's awkward for us. We did take Nanning, so that's intriguing. Their capital didn't change? Why didn't their capital change there? Where are the victory points that they still hold? They hold Wuchang, they hold Hefei, and we should take that. What else do they have? Shanghai, Hangzhou. Yeah, there's a couple down over this way. They hold Taipei still. That'll be interesting for us to get, but they'll probably capitulate before we get to that point, to be honest. So we're just continuing to push in over here. These guys have no supplies. There's nothing that they can do. We have an unassigned group of 3 infantry divisions. We can only assign 2 of these. So I'm going to do exactly that. We're going to assign these 2 here, and we're going to put this into a new army. So we're going to need a commander for this. And we'll show our field commanders. This guy can get promoted. There we go. And we'll put this in over here. A little fiddly to do, but there we go. Okay, so I want this guy to come down over here, putting in a front line there, and we're going to offensive line somewhere out over here. Okay, get going on that. Fantastic. Is anybody taking this? Yes. Perfect. We have a lot of troops moving around over here, and moving around in China is not the simplest thing for us. That's for sure. However, things are going reasonably well here. I mean, we do have this awkward situation down over here. There's no doubt about that. Our tanks are significantly behind enemy lines, and we'll see how that ends up going. Now, they've managed to link back up over here. I want to push through over this direction and cut them off again. And that's exactly what we're going to do for right now. Okay, excellent. They have supplies over here, and that is, of course, a bit of a concern. So we're just going to continue to chase them back over here. We're easily winning over here now that they have no supplies, obviously. We were always going to easily win that. And we're just continuing to press in over this way, but that is where their supplies exist. So that's noted. This attack is not going well for us. I'm going to back off on that for now. We're struggling to attack into here, but it's not actually that big of a deal here because we have this. So this is actually cut off from supplies over here, except for this location, which may be their new capital. Maybe. Okay. For the time being, these guys are pocketed, and they're going to have a hard time breaking out here. Yes, indeed they are. They're probably going to get stack wiped. They advanced too much. There's no doubt about that. I want these guys to head over to like here and then to here. Cool. So these guys are going to get stack wiped. There's not much we can do about that other than, you know, having more troops in this area. That would be a helpful thing. But for now, we need to clear up some of these additional fronts, right? This is broken out into a number of areas. So that's good for us. We'll get all of these guys eliminated soon enough. So I want these guys to launch an attack up over here. They have no supplies. So there's nothing they can do to prevent us from doing this. That unit will get stack wiped. And once this is all freed up, things are going to get much cleaner for us down here. We do have forces freeing up out over this way as well. and that's looking very solid. So this is going to be redirected soon enough. I don't know if these guys are going to get new orders. I would like them to come down here, if at all possible. These guys are awkwardly positioned. Okay. So we're making our way in over here, and these guys will get stack wiped as well. Perfect. So that's all good. As far as this down here goes, these guys are still holding out, remarkably. Can we break out this way? I'm wondering if we can break out this way by bringing in these infantry. We have basically no supplies here, so that's probably not going to end up working. But we'll see. Maybe. These guys moving in makes it so that probably no. Okay, so no breakout there. That's fine. I'm not too concerned about that. We have another infantry division that will assign on over. No problem. I want these guys to come on up over here. Just eliminate this unit. And you guys can attack here, actually. That'll be fine. I want to check in out over here. Do these guys have orders? No, they don't. Okay, so what army is this? That is this army. Sure. That's fine. That's this army. And I want them to come in and frontline here. Now, they don't need to be aggressively attacking. We can put them in a balanced manner here. And I would like them to offensive line right on the border of Korea here. Like that. Okay, and they can execute that. So they're going to come over here, and they're going to push out the remainder of China over here. That looks good. And we're just continuing to wrap up all of this out over here. There's not a lot of forces left there. So the next question is, when is China going to capitulate? When indeed? Well, we're currently making some gains down over here. I would like it if these guys would drive over to Nanning. So I would like them to come down, like, over here and link up with this front. Okay. Lend-Lease. Sure, we'll accept that. That's going to be reducing their autonomy, but whatever. So we're winning a lot of fights at this point, right? But China is still in the fight for the moment. Once these guys arrive over here, this is going to clean up a lot. And yeah, we're currently losing this engagement, but there's not going to be much they can do against this force moving in here. We have a research slot available, and our infantry are about as good as they're going to get for the moment. Our support companies, we could get, like, MP for, and I guess we'll get that. We'd have some free military factories, which is unsurprising. For the moment, I'm not too concerned about that. Let's take our strategic bombing, not like we're actually using any air forces right now. That will change in future wars, but not in this one. Okay, so these guys are currently pocketed, technically, and I'd like to go and unpocket them. Cool. So we're going to do that for now. And eventually, we'll have this area free up. This area is starting to free up. I want these guys to just come on in over here. I want these guys to come in over here. They are perfect. We are seeing a fair amount of forces getting dealt with out over here. So that is looking very, very good on that front. Beautiful. Now we're starting to take back these territories. The real question is, can we link up over here and get supply flow? I suspect the answer to that to be yes. So that's where we're going for right now. We are getting some supply flow through this naval base, but okay, they canceled their Lend-Lease. I'm not shocked. I'm actually completely fine with that. Additional recruitable population. Sounds good. And out over this way, we just have a lack of number of troops, right? So there's a bunch of troops that we don't have out over here. I want to head up over this direction. These guys are definitely pocketed here. Let's actually move all of them over to Nanning for right now. They'll have some supplies there. And we'll see what we want to do about them soon enough. But I'm hoping that once Nanning falls, that China will capitulate. I don't think they will, actually. They're at 83 right now. Okay. Well, we're continuing to press in on this side. There's not a lot that they can do to stop this, to be honest. We have additional infantry divisions that can be moved in. There we go. Are you guys getting moved? They're not actually assigned to orders. Okay, that's exciting. So I would like them to get assigned, like, on a front line out over here. Okay, so we're just going to do that for now, and they'll make their way over there eventually. So we're pressing in over this direction. No problem whatsoever there. No divisions are actually assigned to this. Okay, let's just move in like this. Beautiful. So that'll be fine. Now, these forces over here are in a bit of a pickle. There's no doubt about that. We're just going to move them right on down and take Nanning. And that'll be okay for the moment. The real question is, should we go take this island and use this naval base for supplies? The answer to that is obviously yes, we should. So we're going to do something kind of like that. And then this infantry unit, we can just deposit right here. Okay. So we're going to head down here and do that for now. These guys are currently pressing pretty deep in here. Okay, that's exciting. We just have a lack of troops along this front, right? That's no doubt what's going on there. 100% that is what is happening. So that is fine for the moment. We have this unassigned division, which we'll assign over here. And we see that they are now moving in strategic redeployment mode. So that looks good. We're continuing to chase back the Chinese forces over here. That is all great. And over here, things are going okay. I'm not going to call them phenomenal. There's actually a lot of Korean infantry right here. So for the moment, we're just going to continue to push out over here. That looks fine. Okay, we've managed to push our way down this direction. These tanks are on their way. And we're making our way down. So that looks good. They're going to take back Nanning here. That's okay. We are deliberately allowing that to happen. And what we want to do here is we want to just hole up down on this island for the moment. So we have a pocket developed over here. This is not surprising in any meaningful way. I'm going to attack here, and we're going to take Nanjing. And then these guys are going to go take Hefei and cut off this area and give us supplies, in theory. Emphasis on in theory. Now, these guys are retreating. That's fine. Night Vision 1 has finished, and we're going to immediately start to work on Night Vision 2. That's very ahead of time, but we're going to get started on it regardless. Okay. So downward we go here, and these guys are starting to get freed up. I want these forces to just move on in here. So in we go. I want these guys, everyone assigned to this order, to just attack. Attack everything. The whole thing. Just attack everything. So in they go. I also want to eliminate this pocketed unit. So we're going to head on up there. And this pocketed unit as well. We're going to head in here. There we go. That's a stack wipe. This guy does not need to be moving anymore. So we'll do something like that. Looks good. Over here, things are definitely getting chased into position. Fantastic. How's China doing? 90% towards capitulation. Now, they're going to take Nanjing back fairly soon. That is understood. These units are going to make their way on down. I'm a little surprised the tanks haven't caught up with the infantry. To that end, I'm going to put the infantry here, and then I'm going to tell the tanks to take this. Okay. So we're falling back over here to get supplies. That's okay. We are going to be cleaning up this area up here very, very shortly. Once this is all cleaned up, these guys can be redeployed, which will be very, very useful for us. No doubt about that. Beautiful. So we are seeing some battle losses out over here. I want to take these areas and get that cleared up. Wonderful. No point in having that remain there. And then these guys can absolutely stack wipe this cavalry unit. That looks good. Okay. So what are we doing down over here? Well, I want to go take this naval base. We'll do that for now. That will get us some supplies out in this area. These guys are sitting in Nanchang, and they're probably okay to sit there, but they need to stop that attack for sure. Okay. I want these guys to link up down over here. So they're going to push down something like this. But this unit might end up getting stack wiped here. We'll see. They're getting repeatedly attacked, which is exactly what you want to do in that situation. So that is absolutely fine. I do want to turn around and deal with these units up here. So we'll get going on that, cleaning up that area. These guys out over here, everybody moves in and attacks. Absolutely everyone. Get in there. We need to eliminate those units, and we need to do it now. So that's looking good. This area is getting cleared up. It is almost officially cleared up now. So once we arrive here, that'll be good. There's a free civilian factory. Okay, not anymore. Cool. So that is looking good. I want to check in on our construction here. Yeah, we have a lot of construction happening. That is actually not all that much construction. We can start working on infrastructure in some of these states that we just took over, and that's absolutely something that we are interested in doing. So let's get going on that anywhere that we can. There we go. That'll get us that construction going anyway. So these guys down over here, they do have a source of supplies at this time. And we're just going to make our way around like this. And this unit, or actually these 2 units, we're going to want to have them have a front line here with this guy assigned. And then these guys are going to have a front line here with these guys assigned. Okay, so there we go. That'll be fine. We have a source of supplies here. And I want these guys to move up like this. I want the supply, or rather the front line, to just be here. Okay, so they're just repeatedly attacking here. That's very awkward. I do want this infantry division to move in here. There we go. And these guys, do they have orders? They don't. So this army is going to be assigned to this front. And we're just going to try to hold it as best we can. We just need to reinforce this front, right? That's what we need more than anything here. So we're still working on pushing in out over this way. These guys are going to be losing their offensive line order. I'm going to delete that. And we're going to put an offensive line order down here. Now, I'm still going to be keeping them on balanced attack. So we'll do something like that. Excellent. We have more forces on the way in, and that is very, very good. This is an infantry division here. Okay, that seems fine. This is also an infantry division. They're going to have a bit of a hard time moving for right now, but that's okay. So we're going to start breaking into Korea now that we've isolated some of these fronts. This is a very, very good situation for us broadly. Some of these units are not in the best of positions. That's for sure. I'm going to start pulling these guys back a little bit. And we're going to have to wait for some reinforcements on this front. We always didn't have enough units for that, right? And these infantry are coming in here. Our supply levels here are currently quite low. This naval base is only a level 2 naval base. So we can look at our supply in this region, and we can see our supply here is okay. Let's motorize that. But our supply flow through here is not very good. No convoys have access. Supply fulfillment halted. So why don't the convoys have access here? Presumably it's due to raiding from the Chinese Navy. Presumably. So that is, you know, not ideal. These guys may end up getting stack wiped down here. We'll see. But okay, there we go. So I want all of these units. Yeah, these are actually assigned here, I think. Okay. This infantry division actually got assigned from, I think, here. So we're going to put in a front line here. We can't draw the front line there? Okay. We're editing this. Sure. Well, that's fine for now. So we're just going to have all of these units right up over here. Okay. So we are interested in continuing to press in down over here. We're waiting for some reinforcements at this point. I was hoping that China would have capitulated by now. Sadly, they do not seem interested in doing that. But we are bringing additional forces in, and once these guys arrive, that should help a lot. The real question is, are we going to be able to push through the Korean forces over here? Well, we are seeing some success here. Some moderate success. I'm wondering about our supply situation out here. So this has no supply connection from the capital, but we just captured a supply hub here. We need to wait for that to update, I think. But our supply situation out here is really not too bad. So we can just do something like this, and this one's already set up. Okay. So something along the lines of that should do for now. So we definitely have some forces that went way too aggressive down over here. There's no doubt about that. We just didn't have enough defensive line forces to hold that, right? And we knew that was the case. I still think this was necessary because we had to cut off their supplies to get this area and this area taken care of. So overall, I think that's pretty good, but what we need to do now is we need to have this unit that is just now arriving. We need it to have an offensive line down over here. And just start pushing in on that. Fantastic. So I would like to see Tibet fall here pretty soon. We may want to send these lads down here and just have these guys support the attack. And see about taking Nagari. Now, I don't think Tibet will capitulate from that. Probably not. But we'll see how that ends up going. So we're definitely launching some attacks on this line to attempt to relieve our guys that are way back there, right? That is the idea anyway. So we're definitely pressing in over here. We lost some ground over here, which was fully expected. That was 100% expected. Here's 2 armored divisions, and we're going to put those in here. They're going to make their way on down. Excellent. So that is all looking reasonable for now. These guys are finishing up their resupply, so that's okay. We've reconnected over here. These guys are just kind of chilling here for now while we wait for these guys to break through over here. Okay, so we could definitely launch an attack out this direction, which I kind of want to do. Let's head out here and see about linking up. Cool. We're launching a number of attacks out over this way, and this looks pretty decent. These guys are now cut off in Nagari, so that looks great. We're going to easily win that attack. In theory. And Nagari falls. Fantastic. Now, Nanning is back, not falling. These guys are attacking here. I kind of don't want them to attack. You can stop that. Okay, there we go. So these guys are pulling back right now. They are currently linked up. These guys are not exactly linked up. Let's move them out here and then move you up this way, in theory. Ooh, I don't like that at all. Okay, let's instead move you out this direction and see if we can link you up. These guys, of course, are holed up. These guys are holed up. But for now, that would be basically all of those locations. Okay, so we need to continue to press in on this front, right? One thing that we could definitely look to do is cut off supplies out over this way. And I think that would be a very good thing to do. But for the moment, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue to work on these breakthroughs here and see if we can manage to do that. It would be a good thing if we did, but if not, it's not the end of the world. We do need China to capitulate. It will happen eventually. We're going to move these guys in here, and that is absolutely okay. This armored division is, in theory, on its way down. Unable to find valid path to target. Okay, let's tell you to join in on this attack. Okay, that'll do. So, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, I do expect China to capitulate. Tibet will likely capitulate, and we may start to see a collapse in Korea. We are making gains here. We'll see how that ends up going. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Kentogan, Ali Lee, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.